Following the leak of the audio tape where Rashtra Swatantra Party's lawmaker Dhaka Kumar Shrestha is heard demanding a bribe of 20 million rupees, members of the House of Representatives have demanded the formation of a parliamentary committee for investigation into the matter. Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the top stories of the hour. Lawmakers demand for investigation into the 20 million bribe demanded by RSP lawmaker. Experts urge CIA to begin probe. Schools continue to charge parents arbitrarily amid lack of monitoring from local levels. Ministry of Education dodges responsibility, citing lack of laws. Industrialists and businessmen across the country arrive in the capital to choose new leadership for FNCCI. Candidates air commitments of improving the reeling industrial sector. Nepal police clinched their first win at the ongoing Martyrs Memorial 8 Division League. Church Boys and APF play goalless draw. Manang Marshangli and 3-star also share points. Members of the House of Representatives have demanded investigation into the bribe of 20 million rupees that was demanded by lawmaker of Rashtra Swatantra Party Dhaka Kumar Shrestha. Addressing today's session of the lower house, lawmakers demanded the formation of a parliamentary committee for investigation into the bribe demanded by RSP lawmaker Shrestha. Dhanaraj Gurung of Nepali Congress demanded parliamentary investigation into the issue where Shrestha demanded 20 million rupees to be appointed as a minister. Prem Sual of Nepal Workers and Peasants Party had also questioned about the involvement of the lawmaker in the scandal. Meanwhile, lawmaker of Rashtra Swatantra Party Santosh Pariyar informed about the party's investigation into the matter. Also addressing the parliament session, Nepali Congress General Secretary Gagan Thapa drew the government attention towards addressing the dispute between the Kathmandu metropolis and the federal government at the earliest. Other lawmakers demanded investigation into the topic about fake Bhutanese refugees. The members of the lower house have also demanded actions against those involved in construction of Summit apartment in Bakundol, Lalitpur against the criteria. Rashtra Prajatantra Party's Roshan Karki and Rashtra Swatantra Party's Asim Shah also called for immediate action from the government in this regard. Meanwhile, experts have opined the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIA can begin probe into RSP lawmaker Dhaka Kumar Shrestha's case by considering the leaked audio as an evidence. Former director at Central Investigation Bureau of Nepal Police, in fact, Hemant Malla Thakuri has said an investigation can be carried out on all the individuals involved in the case for abuse of authority and bribery. The Commission, meanwhile, has said it will begin investigation if it receives a complaint. The Commission's spokesperson, Bhola Dahal, has said discussions on the case has yet to take place. Now, the General Convention of the Umbrella Organization of Industries and Businesses across the country, the Federation of Nepalese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, slated to begin tomorrow, will select a new leadership of the entity. Only 2 of the 64 members of the Executive Committee of the Federation have been unanimously elected, while 116 are set to face off in the election. With the election day inching closer, the candidates have put forward agendas including ensuring a conducive environment for the growth of industries and businesses. A total of 2,000 voters will cast their ballot in the election for the selection of new leadership of FNCCI on Wednesday. As per the statute of the Federation, Senior Vice President is automatically appointed as the President after the term of 3 years. This is also the position of Senior Vice President that draws many aspirants. Umeshlal Shrestha, Anjan Shrestha and Ramchandra Sangai are contesting for the position of Senior Vice President. All 3 candidates have put forward agendas including creation of a conducive environment for entrepreneurship and business, along with strong lobbying with the government regarding issues of economic concerns. All 3 candidates for the position of Senior Vice President are contesting the election with their separate panels. The candidates have also promised of making efforts to ensure subsidized loans for businesses and developing $100 billion economy. Contents of the vision paper of the Federation have been prioritized by all candidates as the election agenda. Creation of 2.2 million new jobs, development of electricity, addition of tourism infrastructures, and increasing investments are other commitments of the candidates. The private sector plays a significant role in increasing investment and ensuring national prosperity. The upcoming election of the Federation is also being observed with significance as the country is going through a difficult economic situation. The past leaderships of FNCCI have so far drawn the government attention on a few economic issues but have been facing criticisms for failing to meet expectations. There is a need for the new leadership of the Federation to prioritize manufacturing instead of trade, experts say. The Constitution of Nepal has assigned the responsibility of managing education up to secondary level to the local governments. Based on this provision, the local levels have the responsibilities, including formation of regulations to ensure quality, setting fees, and conducting required monitoring. However, parents and guardians have been at the receiving end as the local levels have not paid adequate attention towards regulating schools that have been charging exorbitant amount of fees for textbooks, admission fees, and also other charges. As the beginning of the new academic calendar approaches, parents and guardians are concerned about their admission of their children, textbooks, dress and school fees. Many schools have already begun admissions for the upcoming academic year. Most schools have been selling their own textbooks, copies and dresses. With the objective of curbing this practice, the Kathmandu metropolis issued a notice a few days ago with the warning of taking actions against schools, compelling the students to purchase textbooks, stationery items and dresses from them or specified vendors. As provisioned by the Education Act, schools are required to receive approval regarding the fees to be charged from students 3 months prior to the beginning of the academic session from the local levels. However, the schools have been charging exorbitant fees and have flouted the existing regulations as they do not consider receiving approval from the local levels. Even in such a scenario, the local levels that are taxed with managing education up to the secondary level have not been using their authority. Around 2.2 million students are studying at 6,700 schools across the country. These schools claim of charging fees as provisioned by the laws and regulations and have said that they have not compelled students regarding textbooks and dresses. The Ministry of Education has been ignoring the issue, citing constitutional rights sanctioned to the local levels. Absence of Federal Education Act coupled with indifference from responsible entities, including the local levels and the Ministry of Education, have added plight to the parents and guardians as schools continue charging exorbitant fees. Now, in our Public Voice segment, we've asked people in several provinces how should local levels regulate schools that charge exorbitant fees from parents for admissions. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
मन परिशुल्क लिएमा कडा भन्दा कडा कारबाही गर्नु पर्यो।
शिक्षा शाखा कर्मचारीहरूले राम्रो काम गरिदिए भने अटोमेटिक उनीहरुले सुधार हुन बाध्य हुन्छन्।
कति बच्चा स्कुलमा भर्ना भयो, कति एडमिट छ कि छैन त्यसलाई त चेक गर्नु पर्यो।
स्थानीय सरकारले अब जथाभावी कुन स्कुलहरुले चर्को रकम उठाइरहेछ त्यहाँ अनुगमन गर्नुपर्ने हो।
नियमको उल्लङ्घन गरेको भए कारबाहीको व्यवस्था गर्नुपर्छ।
आफ्नो पालिका भित्र रहेका विद्यालयहरूलाई चाहिँ नियमन गर्ने, नियन्त्रण गर्ने जुन अधिकार छ त्यो अधिकार प्रयोग गरेर चाहिँ जुन असुली भइरहेको छ यसलाई रोक्नुपर्छ।
सबैभन्दा पहिला समस्या पत्ता लगाइसकेपछि चाहिँ र बल्ल अनुसन्धान गरिसक्नुपर्छ र अनुसन्धान गरिसकेपछि चाहिँ अनि यसको समाधान हुन्छ।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we asked you what should be done to attract youths towards agriculture. 28% voted for option A, pro-agriculture policy, 30% for B, facilitate loan service, and 42% for C, manage market. And here's today's question. What should be done to curb the annual losses of lives and properties caused by fire? Your options are A, ensure preparedness, B, increase awareness, and C, formulate required policies and regulations. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. 5 people have been reported dead and 8 others wounded after a shooting attack at a bank in downtown Louisville in Kentucky. Police in Louisville confirmed that a gunman and at least 4 people were dead in a shooting at a bank in the city. An additional 8 people have been taken to local hospitals. The suspect died after an exchange of gunfire with police officers. The man is believed to be a former employee of the Old National Bank where the incident took place. 2 officers were wounded in the gun battle, one of whom is undergoing surgery and is reported to be in critical condition.
Sports news.
The much-awaited A-Division League match between Manang Marsiangdi and 3 Star has ended in 1-1 draw. Manang, that prior to today's match was unbeaten, came from a goal deficit to share the point with 3 Star. 3 Star piled pressure on Manang right from the start of the match held in Dashrath Stadium, producing plenty chances but had to wait for the 78th minute to take the lead. Santosh Sahukala opened the account for 3 Star using the half volley created by Laken Limbu. Santosh is the highest goal scorer of the A-Division League overall, having scored over 100 goals and being the only player to have achieved the feat. Manang equalized 6 minutes later as Timothy headed in using long pass from Bhishan Gurung. Despite sharing points, Manang are still atop the league standings with 15 points, while 3 Star are still in the 6th position with 11 points. In other matches, departmental team Nepal Police registered their first win of the season in the domestic top flight A-Division League. Featuring foreign players for the first time, Police secured a 3-1 win over Friends Club. Likewise, Church Boys United were held at a goalless draw by Armed Police Force APF and were denied the opportunity to rise to the top of these standings. Up next is the weather update. Those were our latest headlines. Up next is news in Nepali. Good night.